Walking up to that was kind of creepy.
So this area would have been one room. The foundation is still there, and then it would have stepped up behind it and another level built along the cliff face. Here's another room.
Man, we're high up.
Yeah, we are. Here's where you can put your camera through and don't drop it.
We are Jason, Julie, Emma, and Hudson. We decided we were ready for a new adventure, so we sold our house and we are traveling in an RV full time. We are excited to see what God has in store for us. Follow along as we hit the road in the slow lane. Get out there and make more of every moment.
Walk down on this thing.
Ooh! Oh my gosh.
We should have pulled in there.
Oh, this is epic.
Can't see anything.
Well, I'll see what we do. If we can find a turnaround, we might come back to that. That's cool. You can walk out on the trees and jump.
Oh, gosh. That's creepy.
That was cool. Okay guys, we just crossed over into Arizona, and I think that this is pretty epic so far. It's beautiful. It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't that cool? So we were just driving through here on our way to our 1,000 trails that we're staying at in Arizona for 4 days, and we saw this bridge, this dam, and we had to pull over and stop to look at it because it's pretty cool. Man, we're high up.
Yeah, we are. Here's where you can put your camera through and don't drop it.
And Daisy gets a little break. Okay, walking up to that was kind of creepy. Whoa, that's weird. That dam is huge. The little cars down there just look like little toys. And I would not want to be on that ladder that goes out down there. Crazy. Well, that was a fun little stop. I know. Good morning, guys. I'm a big history buff, so anyone out there that loves history, we are at the Montezuma Castle in Arizona. And let me tell you guys, Arizona is super cool driving into here. We were super excited to get here.
We've enjoyed it. Not what we expected. We expected all desert. We come in from Utah, from the north, come through some really pretty mountains, like pretty territory. And then we drove through some desert, and then we drove through some trees, and then we drove up the mountains at Flagstaff, and that sort of reminded us of home a little bit. Lots of trees, higher elevation. We've been through a lot of stuff in Arizona, and it's been cool.
It's been great. So just a little bit about this Montezuma Castle. I'll let Jason fill you in a little bit.
This is a ancient Native American cliff dwelling. It's huge. It's 5 stories tall. Had, I think, 20 rooms in it. it's called Montezuma's Castle because some of the early settlers and explorers out here assumed that it was part of the Aztec nation, and it would have been built for the ruler of it, Montezuma, which it wasn't. It was made.
I think he probably
by the,
wasn't even here.
Oh yeah, he had big castles in his own territory, but it was built by the Sonagua Indians as their place. They moved on. They don't have a real reason why. They think it could be because of overcrowding, or it could be because the water was bad. They had some arsenic in the water, it said here. But they left, and it was later used by other tribes and by early settlers that they would come out here. They would, I guess, hold up in this house because it was ready-made and built, and it'd been a nice find if you were a traveler out here. You wouldn't have had to build your own place.
Oh yeah. At one time they had ladders on the cliff that you could climb up and go inside. You can no longer do that. I think that ended sometime in the 50s. It was just too much wear and tear and damage. And then in the 1800s there was a lot of damage. So they've done a lot of repair over the years, and even still today they're having to come back in and try to prevent it from just being destroyed.
But it's supposed to be a short walk. We're fixing to go check it out.
All right, so come along with us. They are also getting Junior Ranger badges today.
Yep. They had cool ones.
Very cool. We love getting those. This is a short hike. Anybody can do this one. It said that this could have housed around 35 people, and in a community probably would have been made up around 150, 200 people in this community that lived here.
Well, only the fancy people got to live in the high rise.
Yeah, I guess so. It's too bad that you can't go in it anymore.
It's a long way up. I don't know if I would want to climb a ladder into that thing anyway.
This is a little bit faded out, but you can kind of see a little bit what the rooms look like inside. It says each group living in the castle likely had their own room with roughly 140 square feet, or about 17.5 feet by 8 feet on average. Ceilings were about 5 feet tall. Peepholes and doorways provided light in the morning and early afternoon, but rooms were dark in the late afternoon and evening. Women or children likely did the plastering, including annual patching of exterior walls that eroded easily. Their handprints are still visible in the plaster today. How cool is that? So why do y'all think they would have built a home way up on a cliff like that?
First of all, because it flooded a lot here.
To get away from the floods.
The sun is facing the other direction, so it's shady like right now.
Provided cooler summers.
And then it's warmer in the winter because the sun's facing that way. So
how would you like to have a house way up on a rock?
I think it'd be cool. Yeah, it'd be cool.
Have your own ladder to go up to your room?
Need an elevator.
Yeah, we need an elevator.
So we were talking about how this structure looks pretty modern. It's funny how, it's on a big side of a rock, but they still made it look like how a home, I guess, would look.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like something not that different than would be built now.
Yeah.
Square wall, square roof, raised sections in it. It's, some parts of you'll see kind of mound houses, and the dugouts don't really look like a house. It was, you work with what you have in your area, I guess. But this one, it looks to be,
as old
900
as
years old-ish. It looks pretty modern.
It does. Also, what we were saying is that this became was declared a national monument.
National monument in 1906, I think.
By President Roosevelt.
And was the first national monument.
So, if that had not happened, there's no telling if this would even still be here. So, good work, Mr. President, for making this a place that everyone can still come and see.
Yeah, well, he was a huge driving factor for all the national park stuff. He was an outdoorsman, so translated to the things that he wanted to protect and save for future generations, which is good that he did, because even well-meaning people, even if you just want to go up there and look at it, you're still wear and tear on it and would tear it up, so reasons why you can't get on those things. All right, now we have walked on down the path a little bit. We're at an area called Castle A. It is not in good condition like Montezuma's castle is, but it was larger at the time, and there are the footprints of the rooms. So this area would have been one room. The foundation is still there, and then it would have stepped up behind it in another level built along the cliff face. Here's another room. And another.
Okay, so I see why the Indians built here, because this creek right here, Beaver Creek, is just steps away. This would have been the perfect spot, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would have. I mean, we're dead of summer, end of July, 1st of August kind of time when we're here, and it's hot. And this creek, they call it a creek, it's bigger than a lot of the rivers we've seen. It has a lot of water in it for this time of year, which means they would have had water supply all year long, as long as everything's like it is now.
So all of this area right here would have been farmland, and you said they farmed what?
Agave, corn, squash.
They made what out of it?
They ate the hearts of it and used the twine, the fibers out of it to make rope and shoes and, I don't know, textiles, other things.
Working on their junior ranger books, reading some history. How many pages do you have left? A few more?
I've done like different parts of different pages, so no full ones left.
We love this because you can use a lot of these places as field trips for school and learn a lot of information just from doing this.
And that means no school that day.
What you would have seen might well have been something like this cutaway model of Montezuma Castle. On the top floor, the elderly village lookout keeps his solitary vigil. His eyes search for approaching danger to those working the fields below the castle.